Medium tanks are truly multi-purpose vehicles. Hello guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series. As you can see, today we'll be driving the Czech Tier 6 medium tank, a Skoda T25. And driving the Skoda T25 is MrZorke. So MrZorke is playing his medium tank as a scout in this map, and what am I going to show you is how you can play your medium tanks not only as damage dealers and flankers, you can also play them as scout tanks. As you can see, MrZorke takes a nice spotting position here on the F4, F5. That's the position, the bush that you usually want to take if you want to spot all of the enemies that are crossing. And you can see that he is using binoculars, so all of these tanks that are spotted are his spots. Now he is holding his fire very nicely here, not getting distracted there, not firing on the enemy tanks. And he gets 2 enemy tanks killed, basically. So the KV-1 dies instantly, and this Su-122S, it's a premium tier 7 Russian tank destroyer, also dies. So by creating a nice position for himself to spot, he was able to outspot the enemies, get into a crucial position at the beginning, so this bush, and to spot for his teammates that were camping behind him. As you can see, the matchup is pretty nice. He has only 2 tier 7 tanks to worry about, and one of them is self-propelled gun, so only a T-29 is a hard tank to deal with. Now MrZorke has used that position very well, and he is going to relocate from that position because the friendly tanks like the Panzer IV-H and the OI Experimental have pushed up on the medium road, and he really doesn't have to stay there anymore, and he is not useful there. Now what he wants to do here is go for the flanking shots on this scout and that T-29. Unfortunately he misses 2 shots, but it really doesn't matter because he didn't shoot at the T-37. He tried, and that's the most important thing. So the gun on this tank, as you may well know, is a 3-shell autoloader. It has around 132mm of penetration with standard shells, 110 damage, and it is a pretty nice autoloader in tier 6. So lately in Clan Wars and skirmishes, if you guys play that, you are going to see in tier 6 games these tanks that are basically the way for you to output a lot of damage in a short period of time. So the reload of the entire clip is 8 seconds with a 100% crew, and if you have the somewhat better crew and you have ventilations and other cinema arms and all the perks that give you the advantage, you can get around 7.5 seconds for the entire clip, which is really nice. So one tank that you can compare this is the Cherry in tier 7. It's basically what you can expect in tier 6 only. So we can see that MrZorke is now taking a sniping position to shoot on the enemy tanks that are spotted in the city. Unfortunately, only a Tiger 1 is there to fight against the T-29 and the T-37, and it looks like he is getting pummeled there. So you saw a really nice reload there on the clip, and when you have that fast reload, you can let yourself go to reload after firing 1 shot as he did there. Now the Tiger dies in the city, and the rest of the team decides to push the middle road. Now pushing the middle road can be good, but if you get stuck on the middle road, you're going to get shot down. And you don't want to get there spotted in the middle and near the end of the game you will see what I was talking about. So when you're playing on this map, try not to get stopped in your tracks on the middle or spotted in the middle while you're crossing, because every shots that you will get from the city are going to hit you. There is not much cover from the positions on the middle that you can hide behind, only a couple of rocks, so you have to be really careful when you're crossing there. And now you see MrZorke shooting his shells on the OI. As you know, OI is very well armored, and with regular shells he really doesn't have a chance of penetrating. But if he loads premium shells, he will have 185mm of penetration, which is still not enough to go through 200mm of armor. Now you can see that the OI Delta A, he played really nicely and killed the defending tank there, and now we may expect him going for the base or coming back. So it's a very slow machine, and MrZorke has some time to set up a trap. So this position here that he is taking is excellent for the medium tanks if you are going to defend the base. Now in this position you're pretty safe when you're fighting one-on-one, but you can get flanked from two sides, so you have to be careful if you are going to use this position. One of the sides is this position is accessible for both sides, from the left and from the right, and you really have to be careful when fighting. Now MrZorke is expecting the alarm on the cap to begin, but he proxy spots this T-24, and now is the time for him to execute his ambush. He puts 3 shots in the T-34 and pulls back. By the time the T-34 only put 1 shot in him, he was able to shoot from his Škoda 3 times and almost killed the T-34. A nice shot there by the artillery, but fortunately it misses our T25 Škoda, and you can see that MrZorke is playing really carefully here. He doesn't want to get spotted by the OI, because that OI can one-shot him if he is using the big gun. And you can see that the OI is spotted on the other side. Now that's a nice move by him. He did the right thing. He saw that his cap was in threat and he went back to deal with it. Now you see MrZorke taking a longer route. You really don't want to fight with the tanks that can one-shot you or be spotted near them if they have 2 artillery that are covering them. So MrZorke is taking a routing position. He's going to the city and he will try and spot the artilleries that were there, so the Crusader SP, and maybe caught him off guard and kill him, and thus reducing the number of tanks that he has to worry about. Because in these late stages of the game you really have to be careful about the artillery. It can be game changing if it hits you only once. Now this is what I was talking about when I was saying you have to be careful if you're crossing on the middle road. So MrZorke took a position here. His binoculars didn't really turn on and he was able to spot that OI. And OI is having trouble passing through. He is pushing a rack of some heavy tank there and he is not able to go through, and his side was exposed there, but MrZorke didn't want to take a shot. He was expecting his artillery, the M44, to have the perfect aim, and when the artillery shoots he would have emptied his clip and do damage simultaneously to that OI. The OI would be in great trouble. Now this is some things that you have to think about when you're playing the game. He could have shot there immediately and that would let the OI know where he was, and he will probably turn his armor and he won't be able to put any other shells. But if the M44 shoots first, there is a chance the OI will be tracked or even down to minimum of his HP, so MrZorke can kill him with his 3 shells that can do around 330 damage. So you really have to be thinking about the situations that you are in, you see that MrZorke is now again going for the position where the OI was last spotted. Not sure if he has the the sixth sense on this tank, probably not, but if he is able to see the OI with his binoculars, he will see the OI turning his gun if he spots him back. So there are some things that you can observe even though you don't have the sixth sense, and that's if the enemy tank is aiming at you. Now it looks like the OI moved. Did he go forward? Did he go back? MrZorke is taking a lot of chances here. He's pulling forward and now he finds the OI. He is again not going to shoot at him, and you can see the OI aiming at him, and MrZorke realizes that, pulls back immediately, and now we are expecting the M44 to shoot him. Fortunately the M44 was reloading, so MrZorke will have to again spot the OI from this position. And this is what you want to do. Know the tanks on the enemy side really gives you an advantage for the engagements, so the OI really cannot outspot the Skoda, which has the binoculars, and that's what you have to play for. Now he put one clip in the side of the OI, and now the OI turned his front to the tank, and he wasn't able to again put any shells in him. But he can still continue spotting the OI for his artillery, and well, artillery doesn't do much damage, but it surely can fire as much time as it needs to finish the OI. Now only thing that he has to be careful here if that Crusader pops up. Now the the artillery is more dangerous as a spotter now for the enemies, not as a damage dealer, but he really needs to be careful if he wants to survive this one and finish the game. Again, using the bushes and the binoculars, using a really nice push mechanics here to shoot at the OI. The OI really doesn't know where MrZorke is now, and when he finishes his clip he goes back in, turns the binoculars back on, spots the OI. You can see that the artillery did some damage to the OI, and the OI is tracked, and MrZorke has the side shots, sets him on fire, finishes him off, and that's his 3rd kill. Now all that's left to do is go for the last artillery piece. Now you may guys notice that I didn't put any videos on Wednesday. That's because I was trying to do something new for you guys. I really don't know if that's something that you would like to see, but I was trying to change the codecs and encoding of the video, and also try and put out some 4K videos, so in the higher resolutions for you to enjoy the games. Fortunately, the YouTube has some weird compression that really screwed up my video. I will put the link for you if you want to check it out in 4K. It's the same game but without the commentary. I just wanted to see if I was able to, well, I wanted to see how good would it look like if I put the 4K video out, and it really turned out, well, in my opinion it wasn't that great, and I had to abandon the project, and then I had to return back to 1080p and then record the video, and a lot of time passed, so I wasn't able to finish this. But I really want to know what you guys think. Is that something that you want to see? Because really encoding, I don't know if you've done that, encoding in 4K is pretty hard. The output files are about 6 to 7 gigabytes of data, and uploading that to YouTube takes about 6 to 7 hours on my PC. Now, enough of that. We can see that MrZorke finishes the last artillery. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. We can see that MrZorke had a really nice game here. He got a couple of medals like Bruiser, Spotter, Arsonist, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect, a Patrol Duty with a medium tank, and of course the Master Badge Ace Tanker. On the team score sheet we can see that he finished first with 1584 damage, 4 kills and 1278 experience. On the detailed report we can see that he fired 31 shots, of which 22 hit the target and 14 penetrated. He also has over 2000 spotting damage, which was the spotting on the beginning of the game. I hope this gameplay showed you guys what you can expect from this tank and how you can use your medium tanks as spotters, not only flankers and damage dealers. I hope you enjoyed this one and I'll see you in the next. Thank you all for watching. If you didn't like the video, drop a dislike or leave a comment how I can improve the channel. And if you liked the video, hit the like button, share and subscribe for more content, as it really helps me out a lot. And also don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Google Plus to get the new content first, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And if you're wondering what to watch next, hit the little I button in the top right corner and it will lead you to another video. See you guys next time.